Hello, this is my second video trying to explain some of the video distortion I've been doing recently. If you haven't seen the first video, you might find yourself a bit lost in this one, so go back and watch it if you're interested. This time I'm going to try and explain some of the more radical effects you can do with domestic video equipment with just a few extra cables and connectors which you can find online really cheap. If you look at my desk, you'll see that I've got two VCR players, and there is a good reason for that, because I realised shortly after I started messing around with distortion that if I was to mix two video signals together into one signal, they kind of fight each other to be more dominant, and as they do that, the signals merge together and create this sort of wavy line effect, which is really cool. To put two video feeds into one video feed, you'll need a special connector, which looks like this. It costs about 50p on the internet, and it's simply two female connectors to one male connector. I'll give you a quick example of what the effect looks like so you get an idea of how it works.
You lost your concentration on that dismount. I warned you about that.
Back off, Robin. Can't you see he's punishing himself enough already?
Now I'm sure some people are looking at that effect and they are just thinking it looks horrible and they want to get away from it as soon as possible, but I think it looks really cool, and if you use it as a transition it can be really effective. For example, if you were making a music video and the band wanted to put some political connotation into that video, you could get hold of a lot of archive footage, and then when the band starts to sing their political message, you could merge the two together by mixing the footage with one another. You create this mixing effect that's a lot more interesting than just a simple transition. If you use it as just a transition, it can be really cool. Making this effect can become quite mind-bending because you need to have two VCRs or two DVD players playing at the same time. One is going to be playing the bass footage and one is going to be playing the footage you're going to put over the top. And you need to remember which point you want to press play so that they merge at the right time. As well as that, if you are using VCRs or even if you're using old DVD players, you need to prepare for the little quirks and problems that they've picked out throughout their life, because each VCR is different, which is part of the fun and also part of the problem. So now the two VCRs are connected together, I can connect them to the computer and capture the distortion. Now there is a second form of this same effect. Say you want the wavy lines of the mixed video signal distortion, but you don't want to mix two videos together. Well, you can do it, and what you need is an old video game console. Let's say I turn this Nintendo on when there isn't a game inside. It'll still emit a video signal, but without the content, the video signal will be blank. If I take that signal and then mix it with a VCR, it will create the same wavy line distortion.
How's that nose of yours, Doc? It sure was pushing that cop around.
Yeah, I got off kind of a slow start there. I don't think it's broke, though.
Hey, Doc, we was just getting wound up, weren't we?
Yeah, we were just fixing to bother him to death till the widow woman kicked his lights out.
You better move your ass.
So it's cleaner, but you've still got that cool look of the mixture. Video mixing is probably my favourite kind of distortion that I've discovered so far, but there's a lot more going on in this box than just these little connectors. There is one more video I want to make. This time I've finished talking about the VCR players and I want to talk about the VHS tapes themselves and what you can do to that tape to make other kinds of distortion. So if you're still interested, I'll see you then.
Can our team use what they've learnt from Alexi and Peter to rise to this final challenge? This time there's money at stake. Graham can already hear the cash registers.